Good morning, St. Francis, and good morning, people of God. It is Wednesday, April the 6th, 2022, Wednesday of the 5th week of Lent, the 32nd day of Lent today. 8 more days left to our Lenten journey. Coming to you from the side of the back side of the church there, but a nice little vista over here where the pine trees and some of the flowering trees and whatever is again coming into bloom against the blue Carolina sky like that. After last night when there was a lot of rain and a couple of storms that passed through. So today will be a little bit of a scorcher. It's going to be in the 80s, but then we'll be dropping down again back into more seasonable spring-like temperatures, which Father likes. Today on this Wednesday of the 5th week of Lent, we hear, again, there are two sets of individuals who King Nebuchadnezzar in the book of Daniel tries to get rid of. The first is this group, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Say that 3 times fast. The other one is Hananiah, Azariah, and Mishael. Hananiah, Azariah, and Mishael are the ones who get thrown into the lion's den with Daniel. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego are the ones who get thrown into a fiery furnace and who are rescued by one, as King Nebuchadnezzar's servants say, looks like a son of God. Again, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego do not want to offer sacrifices to the gods of Babylon, and they persist in their belief that God will deliver them, and God does. And again, that shows King Nebuchadnezzar, again, the power of this God, the God of Israel. Again, which he seems to then forget, because then when Hananiah, Azariah, and Mishael run aground with King Nebuchadnezzar again, he tries to get rid of them. So the sense in which, again, trust in God delivers miraculous things to people. Again, the miraculous things does not necessarily have to be surviving a fiery furnace with one like the Son of God helping you out, but the miraculous things that we begin to realize in the ordinary and the commonplace in our lives because of our trust in God, that allows us to see through the darkness at times, allows us to see through the difficulties and the disappointments to a future that it can be filled with hope. Again, Lent is about trying to stress that again and again. It is not fantasy, it is not make-believe, it is not whistling in the dark. It is the truth that God delivers us, but it is up to us in many ways to recognize where that deliverance is taking place. But again, inability to witness to who and what Jesus is, and to who and what God is in Jesus, again, complicates the situation of Jesus and Jewish leadership. Still, as it begins to grow in John's Gospel today, again, Jesus basically making the statement, you say that you are children of Abraham, but if you were, you would recognize, what is happening in your midst, and be able to see, what is going on in the life that God is offering, and the newness that God is offering, and the wonder that God is offering in walking in your midst, in me, Jesus says, and yet they refuse because it's just too much to believe. It's too incredible. It's too outlandish. It's too overwhelming, whatever it is. And so they persist basically in saying our way is right, and our way is the only way to understand one's relationship with God, and we will never listen to you. We will die for it. But instead, they decide to try to kill him, Jesus, to basically get rid of this man who tries to challenge again the status quo that this Jewish leadership has set up. For us, it is the sense in which, at times, what is our church witnessing to, and what is our church seeing and not seeing? What is our leadership in our church witnessing to, and what is it seeing and not seeing? In many ways, it is up to us to remind our leadership and to tell our church that this is the way of God. This is where the Spirit is prompting us. This is where the Spirit is moving us, and to help our leadership, be able to see that, to be able to guide us into embracing more and more about what the Spirit is in our lives and how the Spirit moves in our lives. And may the Lord give you his peace.